AITA for not changing the location of my celebration dinner so my mom's boyfriend can join us. Next week, my grandparents are taking my whole family out to dinner to celebrate an award I, 17 million, received. It's a big deal for me, something I worked really hard for. And my grandparents, who have always been my biggest supporters, wanted to make sure it was a special night. They let me pick the restaurant and gave me the option of having the dinner right after the ceremony or waiting a few days so I could really enjoy the evening without any rush. I chose my favorite restaurant, a place that holds a lot of good memories for me. Everything was set, or so I thought. A few days ago, my mom brought up an issue. She told me the restaurant I had chosen wouldn't work because she wanted to invite her boyfriend, and he has severe food allergies. She insisted that I change the venue to a place where he could eat without any concerns. I was caught off guard. It hadn't even occurred to me that he would be coming. After all, my grandparents were organizing this for our family, and he wasn't really part of that, at least in my mind. I told her that I didn't want to change the location because I really liked the place I had chosen, and, more importantly, this dinner was about me. It was a celebration of my hard work, my achievement, and I didn't think it was fair to have to accommodate someone who wasn't even supposed to be a central figure in the night. My mom, however, didn't see it that way. She told me that this was about more than just a dinner. It was about family, and I needed to start recognizing that her boyfriend was becoming part of that. She even went as far as saying that when they got married in the future, he would be legally part of the family, and I'd have to get used to making accommodations for him. That didn't sit well with me. I never knew my dad, and my grandparents stepped in to fill that role for me. They've always been there, supporting me. And in many ways, they raised me just as much as my mom did. My mom got married when I was 5, and for nearly a decade, I had a stepfather who never really wanted me around. He was the father of my half-siblings, and he made it very clear that he saw me as an outsider. The divorce hit my half-siblings hard. They wanted their parents back together, and when my mom started dating again, they made it their mission to push her boyfriend away. They ignore him, treat him coldly, and sometimes even outright refuse to acknowledge his presence in an effort to make him give up and leave. I don't have strong feelings about him either way, but I also don't see him as part of my core family. Mom and I argued about the restaurant choice for a while. She kept insisting that I should think of others, that I was almost an adult and needed to be inclusive. When I refused to budge, she went to my grandparents, probably hoping they would take her side. But they didn't. They told her flat out that this dinner was for me, that they were the ones paying, and that it wasn't about her boyfriend. That didn't sit well with her, and she kept pushing, saying that I was being selfish and immature. My grandparents, clearly tired of the back and forth, decided to put an end to the discussion by pre-booking the table and even paying a deposit, which was something the restaurant doesn't usually require, just to make sure there would be no last-minute changes. My mom was furious. She told me I was acting childish and selfish, that I wasn't behaving like the almost adult she wanted me to be. But from my perspective, wasn't this dinner supposed to be about celebrating me? Was it really that selfish to want one evening where I didn't have to compromise for someone else, especially someone who wasn't even really part of my life in a significant way? Now, I'm left wondering. AETA for standing my ground and refusing to change the dinner plans for my mom's boyfriend.